And then that lanky stride going down the field. What an inspiration he's been for Barrington to keep them in the football game after a big injury to their starting quarterback. And I just can't explain how difficult that is to bring a guy into a big game like this when he's the backup quarterback and has been your starting wide receiver all year long. And he's thrust into this position and he produces this kind of offense for you.
Barrington to go for one. They had a missed extra point the last time. This one is good. And how about Jake Babicz?
Just you can see the great blocking on the outside where Logan Mays kicked out, and then all of a sudden it's down the sideline. He doesn't look all that fast, but he's fast enough to outrun the Maine South defense. His second long touchdown of the game.
How about this second quarter for Josh Babicz? 34-yard touchdown pass, then a 73-yard touchdown run, and this, a 72-yard TD run.
Just an outstanding job of blocking at the line of scrimmage. Right here's a kickout block and how he stutter steps to get back up underneath that kickout block, and then it's just down the sideline. Does he have enough speed to outrun the angles of DBs? And yes, he does, into the end zone again. He's putting on quite a bit of show here for Barrington's offense. And really, he's been the offense. Logan Mays has really been held down, and Logan Mays, usually who is the running back, averages 135 yards a ball game, and he hasn't really done much so far.
Already 48 points on the board, and we still have 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. On that far sideline, not much room. Short kickoff return, and Maine South will be back at it. We've had 5 touchdowns scored here in the second period. But this is what we expected coming in.
Well, we talked about that, I think, and we spoke about how explosive their offenses are. Maine South averaging 42 points over their 10-game schedule so far, and Barrington Broncos 39. So they're high-scoring teams. And it's not that they play in the league that is poor competition. They play against very good competition, and especially their non-conference schedule early in the year.
Youngus quickly misfires. That ball was thrown forward. Matt Holbrook taking no chances, trying to chase it down. The pass was intended for the 6-foot senior.
Again, they want to get the ball out on the edges here where it's open field tackling and spread out the defense of Barrington. And Maine South is saying our athletes are better than your tacklers are, but you got to get the ball in their hands first to allow them to run with it.
Second down and 10. Quickly, Holbrook can't handle it. Oh, and he had an angle and room to run.
And that play was set up off of the previous play when they were trying to run the little swing pass out in the flat. Here he ran slot, and instead of running the same action, he just ran right up the middle inside the safety. Right here you can see how he got past the safety. He would have been wide open down the field. But it's easier up in the stands here to catch the ball than it is when you're down there.
Looking for 10 yards on third down. Leongas, tough pass. Hinkamp pulls it down. Luke Hinkamp just went up and ripped it away from Grant Leichter.
And you can do that when you're 6'6", but an outstanding job here at keeping the ball alive and saying, I'm going to throw it up in the air. You go get it, because the coverage was pretty good. The only difference was he's 6'6", and the defender is only 5'10". So that is a big difference right there. Big first down, excellent field position for Maine South.
At the Barrington 45-yard line. Kokosilius will get it. Takes a hit, and he is lucky to get a couple of yards. Down at the bottom of the pile, number 42, Blake Holly. Joined also there by number 97, Michael Stadola.
Holly, a very active linebacker. 5'11", 215-pound senior. Leading tackler on the Barrington defense.
Little dribbler back to Leongas. Has his man. Enough for a first down.
Sometimes the best laid plans don't work out as the breakdown plays.
Cam Stacy on the reception. He cut it in. If he had turned to the outside, he had a lot of room.
He sure did. But again, he was wide open, and part of it had to do with the poor snap and the breakdown by the secondary looking into the backfield.
Another first down for the Hawks. Vasulius, stop, go, inside the 30.
Picks up about 3 yards out of a play that looked like it was not going to gain anything.
.40 to play here in the first half. We've been alternating between 1 and 2 touchdown differences this entire game.
The trips out at the top of the screen.
Youngest looking left. That will be it.
And that's one of their favorite plays to run. It was just well scouted and well defended. They like to run trips to the top of the screen, where the safety is forced to slide over, and then they run the back on a wheel route down a weak side, the short side of the field. But it was well covered right there. Nice job, and that's what forced the sack of the quarterback. Good job of defense right there by the Broncos of Barrington.
Third down and 10. Last time Maine South in this situation, they completed a long one to Hinkamp. He's lined up in the slot this time. But first, Barrington will take a timeout with 1:40 remaining.
Well, you can't take them into the locker room with you, so you might as well use them in situations like this. And this is 4-down territory for them. And the thing is, they also, you have to remember that they have a very big offensive weapon in the special teams with their kicker as far as being able to get a field goal. And of course, his longest is 49 yards, although he did miss a 59-yarder, but I heard it was not by much. But he's very effective, 10 for 11 in field goals and 49 of 50 in extra points. So when you have that kind of accuracy, you know that you can take a chance on him if he's got a little wind to his back.
Let's update you on some scores here today in round 2 action in Class 8A. They're a minute into the third quarter. Glenbard West has taken a 14-7 lead over Homewood Flossmoor. Huntley a 17-3 lead over Fremd at the half. Loyola leading Oswego East 16-3 at halftime. We mentioned St. Charles East with the win last night over New Trier. How about in 7A, Bradley Bourbonnais at halftime trailing Plainfield North 42-7. Jacobs leading Batavia 7-0 in the first quarter. Last night, Rolling Meadows knocked off Lincoln Way Central 23-13. That in 7A action.
Saw Plainfield North a couple weeks ago. They're a pretty good football team.
Leongas. This is where he is so dangerous. And it falls incomplete. Nice coverage by Leichter. He wasn't giving in.
And that really was, Dave, outstanding coverage because of the breakdown right here. Now, he could take his eye off the receiver and try and come up and help make a play on the quarterback, but he stuck with his man. Good discipline and excellent coaching when you teach those DBs. I don't care what happens in the backfield. You stick with the receiver.
Fourth down. That will bring on McNulty. He will attempt, he's counting it right now. Looks like it will be about a 49-yard field goal attempt.
He's made these before. And usually after you practice in the beginning of the game, you tell the coach on the sideline what you feel good at so he has an idea what your range could be that day. Of course, most times they'll tell you from any distance. No?
Up, and this one misses wide right. Got a little distance, help to the wind. He was looking to match his long of the year, which is 49 yards. So there is the defensive stop. Barrington gets it with a minute 26 to play in the first half.
Didn't look like he got all of that. Kind of looked like he missed it a little bit. Didn't come off with a lot of zip on it, but a good stop there by Barrington, a stop that they needed to make. got to give credit to the defense on that one. Again, with a kicker, the wind can be a factor, whether it's a crosswind, and that's effective right there.
Yeah, and that was a crosswind.
You're exactly right, Dave. He kicked it kind of into that crosswind, and it was just off to the right side there.
Well, let's see what Josh Babicz has in his back pocket. He's going to run it again. He'll just squirt across the line of scrimmage. Babicz with 73-yard run for a score, followed by a 72-yarder.
Now, Barrington's not going to do anything too wild down here because they do not want to give Maine South any kind of field position here before the half is over. So I think they'll be content to run this clock and make some adjustments at half.
Here comes Logan Mays. He's been quiet. He has a first down.
And that can be one of the adjustments they make, Dave, at halftime. They've got to get Logan Mays involved in the offense in the second half. It's a must because you know darn well that coming out in the second half that Maine South now is aware of Babicz and what he can do, so they're going to be trying to take him away. So Mays has got to get involved.
Putting the near side here with 4 wideouts. Babicz looking left, and he has his man complete. That's Alec Andrea, but boy, that ball takes a long time getting to Andrea.
And especially when you're off on the sideline going over there. Now it is just single coverage, but if he picks that, he's long gone. That's a dangerous, dangerous throw. With 30 seconds on the clock, you don't want to give up something silly down here.
Barrington will take a timeout here with about 30 seconds to play. And watch this pass gets there. But you wonder whether he's setting up the defender there, number 24, Matt Schneider, for a little stop and go.
Well, that's a possibility, but, it's one of those situations where, he was right on that one, and in the combination of they haven't done that too accurately yet. It's been more of his legs that have gotten him back in this ball game, the way he's been running with the football. That adjustment is going to be made at halftime. I can guarantee you that Maine South is going to find a way of taking him away. That's why I stress the fact that Mays is going to have to be involved. And, of course, when you have a running back that averages 18 carries a ball game and 135 yards a game, he hasn't even come close to handling the ball probably 5 times from the line of scrimmage yet. So I'm sure that Joe Sanchez is going to make adjustments at halftime and get him more involved to take some of the pressure off of Josh Babicz.
On the other side, the defense from Maine South, their adjustment will be how do we contain big number 1 back there at quarterback.
A chess match.
Here's Mays again. It's the corner turn. Clock will stop for the first down.
Good example there of what they're probably going to do. Get him involved on those type of plays as well as running Babicz.
Stopping the clock with 21 seconds. In the field is Jake Parsons. Parsons with the touchdown catch today. He provides a big target for Babicz.
Well, they've been isolating man coverage alone, and now they're doing that same at the bottom of the screen. But Maine South is running a kind of a sheltered 2 deeper quarters here. They're playing nice and deep. Nobody's going to get behind them.
Babicz looking for Parsons. He was out of bounds and came back in.
Now they're going to say that he was forced out of bounds, and that's what made him eligible to come back in. You can see again Dave and Sarah down there having a discussion.
Parsons was definitely out of bounds. You saw our official throw his cap down where he left field of play.
But he could have been knocked out of bounds. We'll see at the bottom of the screen. Hard to tell if he was pushed out of bounds prior to him coming back in. It's pretty close. Now we have obviously the review of it, but the officials don't have that.
Maine South will take the timeout. The ball sitting at the 27-yard line. Not put it down the hash mark yet. Take a look again at Babicz to Parsons.
Again, single coverage that they wanted to get, but it's a matter of was he. Well, I think he got bumped out of bounds there before he came back in. So I think it's a good call by the official. They're discussing it, and that's something that I like to see. The officials at a conference there, because somebody has better eyes looking at a different angle, And they're going to say that he was knocked out by the defender and then came back in legally and made the catch, and that's where the ball is going to be placed. Good job by the officials. We're very, very fortunate in high school football in the state of Illinois to have outstanding officials. I've seen football in other places that aren't as fortunate to have the kind of people that we have. And, of course, people have to realize they might be upset with the calls, but if you don't have officials, you don't have a game.
You know, as we advance through the playoffs, the crews that are selected continue on based on merit. So each step along the way, these officials have graded out higher than a lot of their partners. Comes Barrington back onto the field. They've gotten themselves in a very workable situation. And you are looking how far Barrington needs to go with 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Babicz will throw it to the end zone.
Oh,
and
he
caught.
got it. Oh,
Alec Andrea. No, wait, it's intercepted.
oh, he took it out. I mean, actually, the Barrington player looked like he had the ball while they were coming down in midair, and as they hit the ground, I think as they were rolling, he pulled it out.
That was Matt Schneider with the interception.
Now the other coaches are out on the field. Let's take a look. Right there, looks like he's got possession.
Wow. Great catch momentarily by Alec Andrea, but watch Matt Schneider.
See, we have the opportunity to be able to see this. A great camera angle right here. As he brings it down, does he have possession? It sure looks like it. He takes it away after he takes a step or two. So, you know, Coach Sanchez is out in the field saying that he thought it should be a touchdown. I don't disagree with him. But one thing you don't see is you don't see Coach and Sarah out there debating that one. So.
What a way to end this first half. Spectacular play on each side. The call goes interception, and with it, Maine South will leave the field with a 28-20 lead.
Well, Coach Sanchez is having quite a conversation out there, and I don't really blame him.
He will exit the field. He'll regroup. His team at their feet underneath them, though, in the second quarter. Trailed 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. And Josh Babicz in at quarterback, 2 touchdown runs, long ones, a touchdown pass, and nearly another here in the final seconds of the first half. You see Maine South make that Barrington, finding a spot in the end zone. What a great day to be outside today, but it'd be much better for the Broncos. That wouldn't have been ruled a touchdown.
Very exciting football. This has just been an outstanding football game by 2 outstanding high school programs, coached by 2 outstanding coaching staffs.
There you see Joe Sanchez on the other side. Dave and Sarah in midfield. He is still talking to our referee. So he's pointing to like the 50-yard line, and now he will make his way down toward Sierra Santos. We'll catch up with them in just a bit, but the touchdowns here in the second quarter for Maine South. A couple of touchdown runs from Nick Leongas, the other quarterback, Josh Babicz, accounting for 3 of his own. Let's go to Sierra.
We knew this was going to be a high-scoring affair, but with how back and forth this game has been, how huge was that interception to carry that momentum?
Yeah, great momentum swing there for us. Great play by our safety. We knew it was going to be high scoring, but we don't want it one play and done. They're scoring on 1-play drives, 2-play drives, and we can't have that. Early on, we were doing a good job. They've obviously made some adjustments. We got to readjust and shut down their offense. Our offense is doing well. Going to come down to special teams.
And talking about your offense, you said you guys had to take care of the ball. How impressed have you been with Nick Leongas?
No, Nick's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. He's throwing when he should, and he's doing a great job. We just got to continue to do that, take care of the ball in the second half.
And how are you going to shut down their backup quarterback, Josh
He's a heck of
Babicz?
a runner right now. He's a heck of a runner right now, so we got to focus on that, but we can't forget about 10 because 10 can run the football as well. So we just got to shore things up defensively.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
There are plays that will be debated as time goes on, and here to close out the first half, you have one of those in second round IHSA Class 8A action. Here it is. Is it touchdown? Is it interception? The call was made. INT.
Between halves, check in with CSN's Chris Bowden and former quarterback Jim Miller for their thoughts on the first half and more on Bears Halftime Live. Presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.